Yesterday during the Halloween event, we actually had probably one of the best bonuses that we've ever had with Pokemon Go. But unfortunately, Niantic completely dropped the ball and oh boy, yeah, this caused a lot of negative feedback and I do want to talk about it here. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. So today we're going to be talking about that one bonus that has drawn a lot of criticism from the Pokemon Go community, and I really do think this discussion does need to happen. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday at the tail end of the Halloween event, Niantic actually gave us one special bonus that was only going to last for one day. And this bonus was a random chance at getting Rare Candy XL whenever you catch any costume Pokemon. On paper, I really thought this bonus was going to be something really cool for Pokemon Go. But unfortunately, Niantic pulled a Niantic, and this bonus ended up being a major disappointment. So what exactly happened? Well, yeah, when this bonus went live, it turns out the rate at which you get Rare Candy XL from catching costume Pokemon was so low that it was barely noticeable. And yeah, yesterday when I was playing Pokemon Go, I caught maybe about 200 costume Pokemon, and I only got one Rare Candy XL out of those 200. I don't know what the exact rate was for getting Rare Candy XL from costume Pokemon, but it was so low that it just seemed unnoticeable, and I really felt like that was a huge problem. I really don't know why when it comes to Niantic that they have to be so stingy when it comes to these sort of things. Like, getting extra Rare Candy XL is not going to be a game breaker. Like, if they had it at a rate where you would get maybe 1 or 2 Rare Candy XL for every 15 Pokemon you caught, I think that would have been perfectly fine, and it was actually something that I kind of expected. But instead of that, they made it something so egregiously low that a lot of players probably did not get a single Rare Candy XL, and it basically made this one particular bonus just completely null. At this point, what was the point of even announcing that that bonus was going to be active? Like, at this point, it could have just been a nice surprise, and I think that would have gone over a lot better with the Pokemon Go community. I mean, for crying out loud, I grinded really hard yesterday expecting to get a good amount of Rare Candy XL. And unfortunately, I did not feel like that time spent was well merited. And on top of that, there were some people who took days off work. They scheduled this particular day off because they really thought it would be a great opportunity for you to get Rare Candy XL. And of course, a lot of those players ended up feeling disappointed. Now, another area where Niantic completely dropped the ball is by scheduling Yamask Spotlight Hour during a portion of this part of the event. So, players missed out on 1 full hour on collecting a bunch of Rare Candy XL, and that was pretty key because it was during the after work hours. So, for people who have school or a 9-to-5 job, they were not able to farm up as much Rare Candy XL as they possibly could because there was a Yamask Spotlight Hour during the same time period. This was a huge oversight, and it's something that Niantic should have taken into account when it came to this Rare Candy XL bonus. Like, if they're going to have a Spotlight Hour during it, then they should adjust the bonus so that it is actually doable, even if there is a Spotlight Hour. So what is the lesson here? Well, first of all, us as a Pokemon Go community, I really feel like we need to continue to keep our expectations low. Even if Niantic announces something that does actually look really good on paper, chances are it's going to be a major disappointment if we set our expectations way too high. And then the lesson for Niantic is that they need to be better with their communication. If the rate at getting Rare Candy XL was meant to be abysmally low, then they need to say it as such. I mean, a lot of people thought that this was going to be a huge Rare Candy XL farming day. But unfortunately, it was basically just nothing. Like, a lot of players did not get a single Rare Candy XL. So I don't understand why Niantic made it a big push to this event that this bonus was going to be a core part of the final day of the Halloween event. In my opinion, I really feel like Niantic just needs to be more transparent, and that's been a huge problem when it comes to their game. And I totally get it. It's a free-to-play game, and they need to get players active within Pokemon Go, but I'm really afraid this is quickly becoming a boy cries wolf kind of situation, where Niantic is continuously overpromising to their players, and eventually players are just going to continue to get disappointed to the point where they're just not going to expect anything good from Niantic, and downright quit the game. Yeah, Niantic, if you happen to be watching this video, I really feel like you need to get your act together. Like, there's been so many ups and downs this year, and yeah, some of the ups were actually really good, but overall, it just seems like this was a very negative year for Pokemon Go. Now, one other suggestion that I would make for Niantic is to have this bonus be a permanent thing. I actually think the prospect of possibly getting a Rare Candy XL when collecting Pokemon is actually pretty cool, and I think that would make for a really cool mechanic. Just think about it. It would add another level of excitement for catching a bunch of Pokemon, and I really do think for players who are trying to get ahead in the Master League and they need a bunch of Rare Candy XL, it's going to make it a lot more accessible. It's a win-win, so I really hope Niantic takes that kind of suggestion into consideration. And I get it, this is not something that is that big of an issue, right? Like, it's not like they did something that completely broke the game, like when they nerfed remote raids. But at the same time, if they're going to be promising something to Pokemon Go players, then I really feel like they need to follow up on those promises. And I get it, like, not a lot of players are going to care for Rare Candy XL right now, but when it comes to maxing out certain legendaries, it's very important that you farm up as many Rare Candy XLs as you possibly can, and seize every opportunity at getting them. So of course, a lot of players were looking forward to this day as a means to getting a whole bunch of Rare Candy XL, but it seems like a lot of players barely got any. So yeah, that's really unfortunate, and I really feel like this is basically all on Niantic. I really feel like when it comes to their game, they need to set the right expectations. But besides all of that, I actually really enjoyed the Halloween event this year. I really do feel like it lived up to the hype. There was a lot of really cool and neat experiences that I did not expect to get, like for example finding some super rare shinies and grinding XL candy for certain Pokemon, and also getting some really good PvP Pokemon as well. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that we also had a Team Go Rocket takeover during this Halloween event, so there was a lot of things that you could do, and I actually personally really enjoyed it. I just felt like this one little thing with this Rare Candy XL bonus was a big disappointment, but overall, I think Niantic did a good job with the Halloween event. I know a lot of players think that I'm really negative when it comes to a lot of these little things, and yeah, I do get it. It's not that big of an issue for a lot of players, but for me, it's stuff that adds up over time, and it makes me feel very negative towards this game. Ultimately, I really want to enjoy Pokemon Go. It's a game that has completely changed my life, and I really do enjoy it at times, but I just feel like with some of the design decisions that Niantic has continuously made, it's kind of made the game feel a lot less enjoyable at some points, and I really do not like the fact that it is a particular reality when it comes to this game. But as always, I have my hopes that Niantic will figure things out. I mean, yeah, they're not going to be perfect. No game studio ever is. And I really do think that at the core of it, as long as they're continuing to develop Pokemon Go, it's going to continue to exist for years to come. But yeah, they really need to iron out some of these small little details because, yeah, I really was very disappointed about this Rare Candy XL farming day that did not end up happening. And yeah, I mean, come on, Niantic, this is all something that could have been avoided as long as you set the expectations right. And I really do hope this is a lesson that they learn, that for future events, they don't overpromise and overhype certain things. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts regarding this bonus. Yes, I was one of those players that was extremely disappointed, but I do know that there are players out there who do not think it's a big deal. If you are one of those players, I would love to know your thoughts, and make sure you share them in the comments below so that we can have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be informative, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to every single member of my Patreon family. You make this channel content possible. If you want to be a supporter of my YouTube channel, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon, because every member of my Patreon family gets a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids or the friendship system, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. Also, if you want to support my channel in a non-monetary way, you could always do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula, and I'm on the following platforms. Alright, and that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.